Right folks, we're back. It's the 3rd of March. It's now the end of the growing period for the Okawa Shiro Utsuris. We've already done 2 parts to this video, and yeah, this was basically an exercise to show. We started off with these in October as very small Nisai. They were 12 to 15 centimetres, having been left all summer in a small pond. We released them into one of the 1200 gallon ponds first of all. And then after about a month they got moved to this 3,500 gallon pond, and the growth has been extraordinary. The sort of point of this was just to show that these small Nisai will grow. Absolutely no detriment to them. All we've done in this instance is swap the growing season from the summer to the winter. So now still at Nisai, they're just a completely normal size for their age. So what we're doing today, we're going to get sorted through these. There's a few sold fish in here which were sold in our live auctions. We're going to be getting the biggest bulk of them outside to put up for sale, and probably just a few pieces kept behind to you know, possibly grow on for another season. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. Just added some anaesthetic. You've seen us do this in the past. Shiro Utsuri in particular are just completely mental at the best of times. So that's going in the selection bowl just to calm them down and reduce stress all around, for me, for them, for everyone. So always a handy tip whenever you're doing a selection or anything like that. So yeah, going to get stuck into them. First glance, the results are phenomenal. So let's see what we've got. So as you can see, I mean, the growth, not got to measure any yet. We'll do that a bit later on, but it's been substantial. I mean, the quality coming through on these now as well is just superb. A lot of them still in the development phase. We can see the sumi slowly sort of thickening up here. In stark contrast, oh, this fish such as this one, that's really, even still now, only just starting to show signs of sumi. I mean, that one area there is enough to know that that whole area could expand into full sumi development. But overall, the body's really nice. We always find this with the Okawa Shiros. I mean, here, look, this is an absolute, this has been one I've had my eye on for a while, to be honest. The body shape and bone structure of that is just superb. You see the height, the power there, the head shape, the pecs, absolutely stunning shape to the pecs. Superb line down, it's just got everything going on that one. So yeah, sort through these now and then work through the others, and towards the end of the video we'll have a look at a lot of them in closer detail in the bowl. What I'm also going to be doing is checking the sex of any fish I'm looking to keep, because in this instance with Shiro Utsuri I am only looking for female fish. So if it's going to stay on and grow for another year, that really is a prerequisite of what I'm looking for. Now this, just as I've been talking about this fish, actually I flipped it over to check the gender, looking like it's female as well. Just seen there, which is just devastating. You can see the secondary beni, or niban here as it's called, muscle in there with underneath the sumi. Absolutely tragic, because one of the top pieces there already now. Not going to be able to keep that for next year, because unfortunately that is quite a serious demerit for most people. What that means is now you're going to be able to pick up a fish at that level for a heavily reduced price based on where that would be because of that. So always something worth checking with Shiro Utsuri, that, especially if you are paying a lot of money. I know to most, like I say, they're not going to care about that, but in this instance where we're looking to invest more time and resources, it's got to stack up. So what a shame, but is what it is when we're growing koi. It's just something you have to accept. It's nice when one does work out. I remember, I think, highlighting this in one of the earlier videos. Absolutely superb piece. Really lovely pattern coming together, super qualities. And yeah, it's female, so looking good. Very happy with that one. See, there's another really exciting piece. Again, just that head's just caught me there, and the sort of fin proportion, fin elegance. That Motogoro in each fin as well is absolutely to die for. And the rest of the body setup's amazing. We can see the sumi quality. Just a lot got to happen on this side yet, but we can see there's plenty happening already. So that to me is a fish worth investing a bit more time in. It's not particularly saleable at the minute because a lot of people just tend to overlook these or don't want to pay the price or see the value in the fish. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing there. This is one that certainly slipped the net. You can see it's the hunchback. You can get that on the video there. There's this huge sort of upward bulge in its back, followed by a huge tail deformity. You can see there. Like I say, getting this right at toe sight, it's not perfect. Was paying heavy, you know, a lot of attention for stuff like that, but it happens. But yeah, that's I mean, lovely fish other than that, but what a shame. What a shame. See the twist. Another sort of typical flaw that can happen, I've touched on secondary sort of knee band here. Look, this one's really got it heavily down this side in the pectoral fins on that side as well. So that's a great piece, but completely ruined by that, unfortunately. Amazing. This is actually a customer's fish that was from our live auction. It included raising as well until this time, and that's really come on incredibly well. So I think customers are going to be pretty delighted with that one. I've got the picture of that we'll show. We'll look at this fish a little bit later on and see what it's actually done growth wise as well, but super head pattern all happening there and loads happening on the body, which I think is something we discussed at the time of selling it. So yeah, superb. So that one's got me straight away. One of the absolute top Ginrin pieces, and this is a remarkable fish. Wait till we get that in the clear water at the end. Absolutely dreamy. It doesn't really need too much more of an explanation, that one. All it's waiting for is whatever's going to happen on the head to happen. And yeah, wow. We've got a fair few heavyweights in this bowl. Straight away, another one there. The Shiro Utsuri, when they look like this, are just delightful. Quality of the sort of checkerboard pattern on that one, amazing. Amazing head pattern, Motoguro, it's got it all, and female. So yeah, really nice result. Another one here is actually a customer's fish. But sold a while, the absolute, probably the creme de la creme of the pond. This is a super koi show piece. Ginrin of the highest order. That's a fish that could compete at all Japan level, there's no doubt about it. As to why it ended up here in England, we have no idea. That's that little game of beat the breeder that I like to play, and I think in this instance, yeah, we probably did it. What a fish. It's like we've got another epic Ginrin piece. Ticks absolutely every box, that. Superb. There's another really subtle deformity. I mean, when you look at first glance, just here, look, see there's a huge dent. Huge dent in the side of the head. Right there, I can get my thumb into it. So this is a fish that's really quite attractive at first glance, and it is a good example. The only reason why this one isn't being kept is because, although, I mean, the sumi quality here is good, but the bit I'm looking at is the sumi kiwa, which not a lot of people do actually look at. So that's the back edge here, leading on to Tsuroji. And although this is still in the development phase, I don't feel like that eventual quality of kiwa is actually going to be the high level that I need it to be. So then that is going to, this is that fine line where we get nitpicky, because there is a lot of quality there, but I'm talking about that extra 10-15% that makes something all the more special. So that's a valuable fish. It's a good fish, female piece that's going to be a super example for somebody. But again, in this instance, just the quality level sort of criterion bar that I'm setting, I don't think that's going to cut the mustard. And you sort of see it there, look, just these rough sort of edges. And like I say, it is developing, so that it will refine. And it's going to have a lot of depth to the sumi because we can see some sashi. But ultimately, I just don't think it's at the level of others that we've kept, and it's mainly because of that sumi kiwa. So it's an interesting point to bear in mind, but also bear it in mind from a point of obviously price perspective. you know, in regards to that bowl, it's one of the higher quality pieces for sure. And it won't be, you know, it's not going to be a couple of £100 as an example, but like I say, it's not that highest level that's going to command the sort of top price and warrant the investment from a commercial perspective for us. You just see the sort of body power of that one. It was looking as if it was going to be female, and then even the vent shaping up female, but we could actually get some sperm out, so unfortunately it's male, that one. So we're all done. 116 pieces there was in the pond altogether, so nice result. Left hand side here is my, if you want to call them my tatigoi, but the fish I'm going to look to keep and grow on. Like I say, there's a few customers' fish in there as well, and then this side is everything that's going to be released for sale, mixed male and female. Now I have been super rigorous in this case because we are running out of space for growing Nisai to Sanzai. There's a lot of fish in here under normal circumstances. I probably would have looked to carry on raising, which is good because obviously they're going to get put out into the market now, and everyone's going to get a chance at doing that and doing it in their own pond as well. So yeah, going to pull a sort of cross section of both up now and take a look at them in the bowl. Right, so the moment of truth. What I've got in front of me here is a bowl of, I think, a cross section of the quality level, really. These are all being put out for sale, and there's some really awesome fish and really awesome potential in here. Like I say, mix of male and female. There's a fish in here with a few faults I've got to highlight once again, just to show you where you can pick up, you know, a really high level fish for a reduced price because of some of these minor faults that probably won't mean anything to you. But first and foremost, I think the big thing to look at for me is the size range. So coming at 32 cm there, 32 again. If we look on the bigger end, with 39 on that one, 36 there. Yeah, so pretty awesome really. So bearing in mind at the end of October we was at 12 to 15 cm. Yeah, we're now up to 39 cm, and I know there's some bigger in there as well. So that now is just a completely normal average size Nisai fish. So it just goes to demonstrate that what we're known as small Nisai, the term that they're given, still have all that growth potential. You've just got to harness them out of them. So one thing I will say, I mean, it's not, you know, if you've got those small Nisai back in October at 12 to 15 cm, remain like that for another year, you would still then get growth out of it for sure, but what will happen, you'll seriously limit the sort of potential end size of the fish. It'll have some impact at that point in the later years, so it does play a part, but certainly sort of when they're around Nisai, Sanzai, it's easy to recover a lot of that growth. And what tends to happen is as well, they do play catch up a little bit, so if you get them in the right environment, they will really push on. So providing them genetics are there, as we always talk about, and the bone structure of the fish is right, good growth can still be achieved from a small Nisai. And obviously just on that topic, they go by several names in the market. You might hear them as Chibi Nisai, Chisai Nisai, or Shimi Nisai. It's all these Japanese terms for them. It means the same thing, that it's small. And interestingly as well, as small Nisai go, I mean, we're talking probably the sort of normal small Nisai size can be anywhere from 18 to 25 cm. That's the average size range they'll get banded at. They can be smaller, like these were, but Nisai of 30, 35 cm onwards are just regarded as the normal, traditional size for Nisai. These are obviously sitting around that and a bit beyond, so yeah, it is only a size and an age. It's more important that you pay attention to those other factors, to be honest, more so than this. But yeah, we've got them where they are now. So yeah, to have a sort of look in here, we've got a nice mix of Ginrin and normal Shiros. There's some real standout pieces in, like this one, for example. This is male. It's the reason it's in here, because I'm not looking to keep any male Shiros at the minute. But I mean, what a fish that is. Still waiting for some sumi to come on the head. Very confident it will do. 9 times out of 10 it does. But just look at that sumi quality level. Stunning Motoguro in both fins. Lovely pattern forming there all over.
really refined sumi kiwa there. Nice bit of sashi. Sumi development going on all over. Just a really super piece. I wouldn't be surprised if you end up seeing that in one of our live auctions sometime soon, because it's excellent and going to be a great addition to most ponds. Moving on, something that needs a little bit more time. I think this is one I was looking at, I was hoping to keep. It's very female in its appearance, but it is actually a male fish. But for me, I would take this one over the first one we just looked at. We see that high level of sumi quality in the fins there, that really tight, refined Motoguro. Really nice to see. The pattern potential is really high on this one. There's a lot more to do, but if you actually sit and look and start filling them gaps in, you can see an exciting pattern, interesting head pattern forming. Peck proportions are lovely. It's just got it all going on, that fish. So really recommended piece that if you're looking for a good Ginrin Shiro with potential and potential longevity in it, that is one I would highly recommend. Move on to other fish like this one. Again, just a matter of time. The bone structure, really great. I mean, just look at the length of the fish. Actually, we'll check the size on that. Yeah, coming in at 39 as well. Really strong head. Again, lovely elegant peck fins. Great height on the body. All this is waiting for is that sumi to happen, and we can see it in all the places, you know, as far as down here. Here it's already quite prominent. On this side of the body, we can see it also coming upwards. So it's going to happen. It often does with the Okawa Shiros. It's just a matter of time, but some investment in that fish will pay dividends for sure. It's got great potential, and yeah, female fish as well. So lots to come from that one. There's some that are a bit more of a gamble, and again, the reason why I haven't looked to keep it at this time, although I don't actually think it is a huge gamble. This one we can see again that really high sumi quality level. Again, a female fish, lovely strong head, big mouth on it. You see the quality of the Motoguro there as well, just a super piece. But the reason is this side's just playing catch up a little bit. We see the sumi really starting to form up there. It is happening and it is coming, and I believe it will get there, as well as the potential for some Motoguro in this fin. It's not there at the minute, but what I tend to see in this example, the whole side of the body is lagging a little bit, and that could be the reason it's not showing in the peck fin yet, and could still possibly come. So there's a few gamble, there's a little bit of risk there to it, but again, that will be reflected in the price. So it's for you to decide if you want to take that risk. You could really be rewarded later on with that, but great quality to it. And yeah, you can sort of go on and on really. I think overall you can see that the sort of standard, you've got fish like this one, pretty self-explanatory, really great Shiro Utsuri, just waiting for the development. It's a male, you can sort of see that in the body a little bit, but again, nice quality, that will be reflected in the overall pricing. And then yeah, other ones like this, I'm not quite sure, to be honest, why we put this one in there. Really good piece. You see that sumi is really sort of coming up quickly at the minute. This sort of edge in here is just that sumi surfacing, developing in the top of the skin and working its way outwards. But yeah, nice potential to that one. We can see the memoir coming, just all sorts going on, and again, female, plenty to do with it, so an exciting prospect for somebody. And then yeah, finally we sort of get little pieces like this one. You know, with the right conditioning now, that's a real potential, you know, strong koi show pattern for it. Just needs the shiroji conditioning a little bit and getting the size in there. So sort of 31.5 at the minute, so a little bit more growth on that. Get it up towards 35 and it'd be a really strong competition piece. So yeah, great fish. I do love Okawa Shiro Utsuri. They're fantastic. They always sort of deliver on sumi and certainly on growth as well. And yeah, look out for these coming soon. You'll get updates on our Facebook page as well. You know, if you look in the description of the video, you'll be able to find a link to our dealers who you can contact and make enquiries about these. But there's plenty to go at, and plenty of high quality pieces as well, and probably some you'll see cropping up in our live auctions. So I'm going to get these in the pond outside now where they're going to be residing, and I'm just going to show you a few of my top pieces, and yeah, review the couple of customers' fish as well, see how well they've grown. Yeah, here we've got it's 10 pieces, the top Ginrin Shiro. Not many times you'll see a bowl of Ginrin Shiros like this in one place, to be honest with you. Really, really happy with what I'm seeing. Say all female, except we've got one customer's fish, which I think's a male, the absolute star piece. And yeah, one that's a little bit questionable at the minute, so just hanging on that one to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, we've got a bit of a mix in here of some really sort of safe bets and some that do need a bit of time, although I don't think there's any much risk in any of them, to be honest, other than waiting to see what the end product actually looks like. I have got the one customer's fish in here from our live auction. You can see this one on the left, the Ginrin Shiro. So back on the 30th of November, that was 27 cm. If we measure that one today, let's find it. Now 35, done really, really well that, and looking absolutely super. Bit more time it's had, really attractive Ginrin Shiro, very, very quirky pattern, so very nice result. See here, probably one of the most exciting prospects for me. Really safe bet, we can just see it's all there already. There is some sort of filling in and refinement of the sumi to do, something to happen with the head pattern, which it will, we'll wait and see. Incredible Motogoro, we see the sort of as it swims, the elegance of the fins, great body line. That's going to be a real show-worthy example when it's done. Does need some time still, but what a piece. And then yeah, we just sort of go on and on really. We see ones like this fish. Again, got it all going on with the pattern. Then we move to ones like this that do need that bit more time, but we can see the superiority of the body with that one. Real great strength to it. Lots to happen on the head still. Lots to happen with the pattern full stop, you know, this side. Again, you can see that super Motogoro really refined in the knuckle of the fin. The fin elegance, if you look throughout the whole bowl, you can see sort of like the proportions of the pec fins and the way they're held and set on the body. Real indication of the high quality level that the fish are at. And yeah, I'm blown away with these. Say out of original, we think we started with 500 at the very beginning. So, you know, to get 10 pieces of Ginrin Shiro with this quality level, I'd consider that a really super result. And yeah, probably the last one, just as it's staring at me there, is this, which is potentially the real star of the lot. But, you know, there's a few things got to happen first. In regards to body, it's the best one in the bowl by a mile. You see that size of the head, the mouth, even potentially where the sumi pattern's sitting, it's looking interesting. There's a lot still to happen. We've got Motogoro just starting to show in that pec fin. I'm going to say I think it's going to come in that fin for sure. You've seen memoir forming at the mouth and at the top of the head, so lots to happen. But if we just look at body alone, that is the number one in the bowl. And I'm probably going to suspect that when the rest of it comes together, that is going to be the superior fish. Just at the moment, not looking anything like what the end result's going to be. So some patience is required on that one. So we'll get these back in a pond now, and then just take a look at the normal Shiro Utsuri. And yeah, that'll conclude the video series after that. So here we are with the normal Shiro Utsuris. Not that many, because like I said at the start, I've been really rigorous with the selection and only particularly looking for female. Again, we've got one questionable one in here, which we're just going to give a bit more time to. And then yeah, just a few bits to sort of, you know, see how they progress. We've got one here already, which is the customer's fish. This has had a radical change so far. So this one on the right, which was sold at our live auction, 25 cm back on the 30th of November, and we can already see here the change, especially in the head pattern. You know, just about everything we were discussing has started happening with this fish. It's really looking superb. Head pattern's pretty extreme. So we look at it there, been vast change. Got this sumi progressing up here as we thought it would do, really adding an extra dimension to the pattern, as well as its progression up this side as well. So yeah, I think another great result in the making. And size wise, we're sitting at 33 on that one, so good growth once again. Yeah, still plenty to do with that one. couple of mixtures. We've got probably it's probably the biggest fish out of the batch as well, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. So hitting 42 cm, that one, and its growth prospects moving forward are equally as high. It's going to be a heavy fish, but the one reason I'm sort of, you know, paying close attention to this one is, although it looks like this whole side of the body could end up being covered in sumi, this type of sumi, which is a lot more stable, we're only getting it where we see it at the moment as grey form. There's a lot of areas here that show nothing at all, which I predict will stay as shiroji, so, and probably expand in volume and size as that fish becomes bigger. At that point, this could be a real interesting prospect. Certainly with its quality, you can see that sumi that is developing already is really, really good. And yeah, with that body, size, potential and everything considered, we could be onto a real winner there with that one. This fish here is the questionable one. Everything's checking out as female at the moment. It's just the sort of head colour bothering me, but could be wrong with that. Could be because it's just out of the growing pond. But yeah, I think another potentially strong koi show piece with that one. It's going to have incredible memoir on the head. We can see how that's forming now, and the quality of it as well. It really is like ink. And then the rest of the pattern as it comes together, going to be really, really strong. Coupled with that really high quality balanced Motoguro in the fins. Exciting prospect. And then yeah, another, probably to be honest with you, we're looking sort of top two pieces here, this one and this one. My personal choice at the moment is going to be this one from the whole batch. I can't wait to see how the head pattern forms. The bone structure and body is the winner for me there with that one. It's a nice size, probably hitting around 35, yeah, 36 on that one. There's just lots more to do with the sumi. When this eventually forms down this side here, upwards, it's going to add a different dimension to the sort of balance of the pattern, and potentially up that other side as well. As the sumi thickens as well, the head pattern's going to be insane. Coupled with those strong body character traits, I think we're onto a winner with that fish, but time will tell. We'll wait and see. And then that one, just that prime example, we love to see Shiros with all that sumi up. Got a nice sort of checkerboard forming, nice unusual head pattern as well. So yeah, very, very pleased with the overall results of the batch. Even more happy that we're going to have a lot of high quality examples to release for sale. And we'll see what happens with the rest of these and the other Ginrins that we've reviewed. But say overall, I think we've sort of proved the point of what can be done with these, you know, so-called term small nisai. And you know, these are ones now that can kick on again over the summer and grow to, you know, really well-sized sanzai, as we'll probably prove with these ones if they are all kept. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let's say there's 2 parts prior to this if you've not seen them already. We'll pop the links in the description to you can track then the journey of these from start to finish. But yeah, happy days.